Hello and welcome everybody to this special edition InfoSec Live Red versus Blue. For those that don't know me, my name's Simon. I'm the founder of the InfoSec Live community and I will be your co-host for this evening. And before we crack on and bring on our guest, I'm just going to give you a tiny bit of background. So the InfoSec Live community now has been around for 10 months. It was set up 10 months ago by myself to try and help people raise their game through improving their social skills, interview techniques, and lots of other things within the cybersecurity industry. We've grown to now over 2,500 members, and we've been looking for a strategic partner now for some time. And I'm very, very pleased to announce that we have signed our first strategic partnership deal, and it is with ThreatGEN, who we are here playing the game with today. And next Friday, for those that aren't aware, we do have a head-to-head dual stream special with InfoSec Live, myself hosting Clint, where we'll be going head-to-head with a battle with Jerry Auger on the Simply Cyber channel. So the reason we're doing this one today, Clint and I had a conversation 2 days ago where I mentioned the fact that I'd been practicing. I needed some help because I'm desperate to win. And he said that he'd happily jump on a call and kind of go through the game with me. So we decided, why not throw it up and make it a live stream? So without too much further ado, let's bring Clint on. Clint is the creator and the co-founder of ThreatGEN Red versus Blue. Let's bring him on today and let's start playing this game. Hello, sir. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Very well and very excited. So, for those people that don't know you, please give our audience a little bit of background about who you are, Clint.
I'm just a lonely poor man sitting in a blue room. Now,
We finished the counseling session about 10 minutes ago.
okay. So, I got to transition that, So I I'm a 25-year plus cybersecurity veteran professional, started in the United States Air Force in about 1995. Did industrial cybersecurity almost exclusively since 2003, something like that. Did a lot of consulting in that arena for a long time. And for those of you that know or even care, there's that thing sitting over there, that orange book. So I'm the lead author of Industrial Hacking Exposed Industrial Control Systems. And then about through happenstance, sometime in about 2013 or so, we were looking for a better way to train cybersecurity, and that's how this thing over here was born. What we're about to do today, Red versus Blue. So I basically became a video game developer and a hacker in around 2013, and it's been the best career ever since. So that's kind of about me.
Wow. So that's the about you bit. Before we start talking the how, or no, before we start talking about the how and the what, let's talk about the why. So you created this platform. Why did you create it, Clint?
Kind of like I just said, we wanted a better way to train. So there's been a gap in the kind of user awareness training area, but also in the leadership and the management training, and especially in industrial control systems, cybersecurity training. You can't very easily blow things up in the real world without getting in trouble. And so when you want to be able to do cybersecurity training from the red team perspective and be able to hack industrial systems without causing safety issues. So that's where it all started. But then that's kind of where we all noticed that, you know, there's a gap in management and leadership training. There's a gap. User awareness training doesn't work very well. We all hate user awareness training, right? The cybersecurity awareness training. It's the same videos every time, clicking on the same thing. But ultimately, it comes down to, we wanted a way for you to be able to do both the blue team and the red team equally without a learning curve, right? So people are intimidated a lot of the times by the red team aspect of things, doing CTFs. They're too technical, and it's very important to be able to learn the red team side, even if you're a defender, kind of like understanding your adversary in a sports match, right? So long story short is that we wanted this to be accessible to everyone without a learning curve, and we wanted to be able to train those gaps that exist in cybersecurity training.
Awesome. And I completely agree. And I've only been in, I'm certainly not a veteran, not of the cybersecurity industry anyway, maybe in age. But the thing I've noticed in the last 2 years is the gamification side of training's clearly worked. you've seen a massive take up with the likes of Hack the Box, Try Hack Me. There's some other ones as well. You know, no kind of preference there, which are amazing and teach you lots of amazing stuff. But if I can take a step back to when I was studying and decided to go for my OSCP, which I clearly shouldn't have done because I didn't know enough about the industry as a whole, networking or anything at all. So I clearly failed it. I didn't really have an understanding of what I was doing. So I was on Hack the Box every day. I was going up the rankings. I was practicing in the labs through offensive security. I was making progress. I was breaking things. I was capturing stuff, but I didn't know why. Not really. And I think for me, it took a year working in the industry to kind of piece together how all the parts connect and how they're all so important. So for someone to come in and wanting to be a red teamer but not understanding how the blue team works or vice versa, it's a real problem, isn't it? So let's bring the game up. So if I can remember how to do this screen share, this will be interesting. You had to teach me earlier, so here we go.
I'm not surprised you didn't make it through the OSCP.
No, I know. Yeah, it was a silly idea, really, wasn't it? Right, here we go. My wife did tell me I should listen.
How supportive.
Right. Okay. So let's go. Click play. So we do single player. Talk us through.
Yep. So go ahead and click single player, and I'm going to suggest you play the red team. Number one, the red team tends to be the most interesting for the audience. That's the mystique, right? That not a lot of people know about. Number two, that's what we're going to be playing against Jerry on the 15th.
And it's not that I'm not competitive at all. So winning isn't important. That is
I don't
a
believe
lie.
that.
No, we need to beat him. I've been practicing all week actually, and I've managed to beat the AI once. But again, going back to the OSCP, a lot of it was blind luck. Let's be honest. So I'm hoping I'm going to get some insight today. So let's go play as red. Now talk us through this next bit, Clint.
So you could choose to be any one of these three scenarios. Now we do. Unfortunately, by the time we play on the 15th, we're not going to have anything other than these industrial scenarios, but we do have some more on the line, like banks and hospitals and things. So let's choose a small facility for now. The smallest one is the manufacturing plant. And you can read through the mission briefing if you wish. It's not very interesting.
I will have a quick read. Awesome. Welcome to the team. A couple of things you'll need to know. Here we go. Question mark if we need help. I've got you here for that, Clint, I think.
Yep.
So let's go. Start turn. So talk us through.
All right. So we're covering up your buttons at the bottom, but so this is the location view. You can see that we're at the remote location in our hacker lair, probably a one-bedroom studio apartment in the worst part of town. Let's go ahead and click your network view over at the bottom right. Right there. There you go. So as you can see, we don't see anything right now because we haven't done exploring. So what's the first thing that you have to do whenever you're going to be focused as the red team and you're going to be attacking your target? A clue to this is, so if you first of all look at the top is all the resources you have to spend. Those are your resource points. We'll explain those later. We are at 50 turns is our turn limit, and we're on turn 1 of 50, and we have 3 minutes each turn to add a little bit of suspense and put a little bit of pressure on us. Everything that we're going to do in the game, all of the actions that we're going to play, can be found either in the action tree, which we'll talk about in just a second. They will be, you can find them categorically at the bottom left, all those buttons at the bottom left. If they're highlighted, you can click on them, but all of the actions you can take are going to be on the typical categories that you would see in a red team. Or later on, when we find some hosts, we can actually click on the hosts. But for now, go ahead and click on that button on the bottom right. That looks like a little, all the way to the left there. Oh no, on the bottom right, but to the left, of the 3 buttons, the leftmost button. So if you look at the top line, all the actions going across the top, that represents the kill chain. So everything in green is what we can do right now. So if you go ahead and click on, first of all, we need to do research. So OSINT is open source intelligence or recon. If you're not familiar with that term, go ahead and cancel that. Sorry, wrong research. Go ahead and click on your skill tree again. Or your actions tree. So see the green thing, OSINT? Click on the question mark on OSINT. That brings you to the wiki that explains to you what these concepts are. So if you're not familiar with what something is, you can go to the wiki. All right, close out of that. Go ahead and push the plus button there there you go, there, and hurry up and go back to the action tree so we don't run out of time. And click on physical recon. So we're going to do all of our reconnaissance. We're going to do our open source intelligence, and we're going to do our physical reconnaissance. You got about 30 seconds, so you might want to hurry. Okay, click on the action queue. We're leaving some resources on the table, but that's fine for now. That tells us, click on skills. Let's go ahead and use that last resource point. Click on, click on skills. So you can play actions directly from here. Click on the brain on any one of those. There you go. All right. Now we're good to go. So we can end our turn. It's going to end for you, but all right. Whew. All right. So what we were doing, I was trying to get you set up. So what we were doing there, the first thing we did was we were preparing our all of our recon. We did open source intelligence for online research of our target. We did physical recon so we can kind of discover on site what our target, if in case we want to go on site for our target there. That's interesting. Are we doing more than 3 minutes per turn? I don't know how you had it set up. Anyway, it looks like maybe we are. Either way, it doesn't matter. And so now, if you go look at your action log up at the top left, so this tells us the things that we've put into motion. All of those actions tells us that we've performed 1 of 2 turns of each of those, and we don't have any other. You can't see because of the live on our screen. We see the live countdown. No, not that one. Up on the top left, I'm seeing the live button. I guess I can look over at my YouTube view. But we have 0 of 5 resources because all of our resources are currently committed doing those actions. So we can take this time real quick to look at the action tree. Close there. There you go. Look at that action tree. There you go. So if you scroll to the right, you'll see the kill chain goes through the entire process of host scanning and port scanning and finding vulnerabilities, setting us up to be able to attack. So if you go back over to the left and then scroll down, we can do all of these actions, and these are just pretty much anything and everything that you can think of in the red team arsenal. So anywhere from post-exploitation things, covering your tracks, creating malware, to going on site. I mean, it's just pretty much anything. So we can pretty much attack in 3 different areas. We can do regular, straightforward cyber attacks. We can do all sorts of social media type of attack campaigns, and then we can go on site and do physical attacks, and then there's kind of hybrid thereof. So you kind of have to formulate a strategy at this point, right? And so I'll let that's kind of I've done most of the talking up through 2 turns. I've kind of given you the base information. At this point, I'm just going to kind of let you talk through your process, think about what things you might want to do, and I'll guide you through it, give you advice. So can't do anything right now because you have 0 resources, but in the next turn, you'll have resources. So I'll let you do most of the driving and talking, and I'll guide you from there. We'll see where we go while I drink my tea. All right, are you on mute? There you go. All right.
Can you hear me? Yeah. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm definitely not an expert. So this is going to be very interesting. Clint hopefully will hold my hand as we go through. But for me, Clint mentioned a couple of interesting things there where we can look physically and remotely. So for me, my next steps would be perhaps obviously reviewing these notifications when I finish talking, but looking at whether we've got the skills for reconnaissance for the physical aspect and how our skills are for the kind of scanning aspect. Would that be the right thought process, Clint, or am I a million miles off?
No, I mean you're there. You're in the right area. So let's look at, so you got your notifications there. It tells you kind of what's happened over the course of last turn. Everything you have, everything succeeded. So you've successfully performed your research, your recon, and all that good stuff. And you, so let's go ahead and close that out, and let's think about what we should do next. So you've got information about your target. What do you think? You've done some OSCP training, whether you were successful or not. So what do you think? You could click on the action queue button to close that out.
Oh, action button queue. Not that one.
Or sorry, I'm sorry, the hide log. It says hide log.
Yeah, got you.
There you
Okay.
go.
So
All right.
first of all, we're going to need to scan and see what we can find. Do a host scan.
That's right. Yep. And so that means you're host scanning from the internet, not host scanning the internet, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. But specifically, you're not brute force scanning the entire internet here. You have information on your target, so now you're host scanning. And I'll let you explain kind of what that means for those people that might not
No,
be
I think
familiar.
I'll definitely let you explain that, Clint.
Oh, you're gonna make me work for my my free
Well,
airtime here.
you've had 2 sips of tea now, so you should really.
Well, okay, all right. So, but I gulp really big, so I'll start talking fast. The so host scanning is you're looking for targets, digital or computer equipment, whether network devices or computers, that would most likely in this case be on the perimeter of your target. Now, so we could start host scanning. We can also start a social media campaign if we wanted to, or we can choose to ignore that altogether and go physically on site.
Okay,
But you got
and
about
where on
50
this
seconds to
where
choose.
oh, let's do a host scan anyway. We need to do that.
Okay.
But how do we look at the going on site side? Do we need to look at our skills first? What do we need to do? Because I've got 40
Go
seconds
to your
left. And
action
I'm
tree.
trying to sweat.
Anytime you don't know what to do, go to your action tree.
This one, right? Okay.
Yep, you can change location. However, I suggest really quick
Yeah.
start an attack campaign. Start an attack
Okay.
campaign. Trust me.
One of those. Yeah.
That's fine.
Fishing.
Email phishing campaign. That's great. Yep. All right. And now
Mm.
you're at 0 resources. Perfect. Now, the reason we did that was because if you think about it in real life, okay, this game mimics real life. The blue team currently has a very low security posture. They have a very immature security posture. So, in real life, whenever you have ill trained users and a low security posture, social media, social engineering works very well.
Yeah.
In fact, to this day, even in a high security posture, social engineering attacks work very well. So we want to start a social media or something. Can't talk. I need more tea.
Yeah.
We will start our social engineering campaign quickly. Now, even though you haven't started your turn, I know it's misleading. Even though you haven't started your turn, the timer is still going.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's a competitive
Oh,
mode there.
I didn't know that. No, okay. I was delaying then without realizing. One quick question, which is a bit random. So, whilst I've
Mhm,
played the AI on this, and I know we're going to play Jerry later,
mhm,
if you buy this as an individual, do you then get to play other people like you would a game on Steam, or
mhm.
you
Yeah,
do?
you can still play. Yeah, you can play single player against the AI, which, as you found out, the AI is pretty good
Oh,
against as an opponent.
yes, it is.
But also you can play over the network against other people. Yes.
Okay, right. Conscious of time.
So, all
So,
right.
2 minutes. We've found some stuff. So
Yep.
we need to look at our action tree first. You said, didn't you?
Yep. So to start off with, if you started off with OSINT, it's always good to go to the right. So this follows the kill chain. So you've host scanned. Now you're going to do a port scan. You're
Yeah.
looking for services communicating, services on that host communicating on the network. You don't quite
Oh,
have enough resources because your social engineering campaign takes up four resources ongoing until you cancel the campaign. However, I think you're going to find that you'll be pleasantly surprised. Click on your action queue. I want to show you, or no, I'm sorry, your action log
action
at the
log.
top.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh,
All right, so you're setting up your campaign, right? At the very next turn, your email phishing campaign is set up. You will start to hopefully yield results from that. So because it's so early in the game, we're gonna trust. I'm not gonna give away our strategy. I don't know if Jerry's watching this or not. He has something else going on. He says he wasn't gonna watch. So, but I want to make sure he's not stream. I want to make sure he's not stream sniping us here.
he might be. Yeah. He's going to watch it
Michael
back.
Farnham,
Tips.
one of our viewers, Michael Farnham, who's a friend of mine, is viewing, and he says that I'm lonely. He can attest to that. You know what? This weekend I am lonely. My wife and kids are gone.
Oh,
I have nothing but my
that
dog
doesn't
and
sound like
Simon, which are
lonely.
both about.
That sounds like bliss. I don't mean that really, dear, if you're watching. Okay, so we've now done some other scans, right? We're out of resources. So shall I end the turn on
Yeah.
this one? So
Yeah, go
let's
ahead and
just,
end your turn.
actually, we've got 30 seconds left. So we're obviously playing as red team and we've got our own resources. I would think, not having played this as blue team though, that all of a sudden the resources become a different story altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. So the blue team, they have money for budget and staff. We just have hacker resources, and it's kind of a ambiguous concept right now. It's been a source of contention since we released this game. We're trying to fix that.
Okay. Right,
All right. So what's nice is that you have your first look at you have your first campaign established. You've already got some port scans done. When you look at your network now, so close this out. Let's clean up the board, hide your log to clean up the board a little bit. Now you'll see that now instead of just seeing an IP address, you actually see that it's a Windows computer, because by now that you've, as part of doing your port scan, which usually uses tools like Nmap and things like that, as part of doing this, now you've identified, you don't have any vulnerabilities yet, but you've identified that it's a Windows computer. So the next stage in the, if you look at your action tree, I mean, you could do research if you want to. What research does is it's going to help you improve skills at exploiting certain vulnerabilities, and
okay.
it improves your hacker skills. But so the next on the kill chain up top there, if you scroll to the right, the next thing is going to be a service enumeration. So what port scanning lets you identify services on that host communicating over the network. Service enumeration is going to dig deeper, help you find more information about those services, which will then help you lead to like different versions of services so that you can search the public domain for vulnerabilities of those services.
So for the newer folks and for those that aren't very technically adept, you'd be using tools like I suppose Nmap at this point.
Mhm.
What else would you be using in the real
Nmap.
world?
Oh, you would use things like for Windows, anything that helps with the kind of the NetBIOS enumeration.
Yeah,
Enum,
you
so
got
a Linux-based
Netcat and
tool would
all
be
sorts. Yeah,
Enum
yeah.
or Enum is a tool. Lots of different tools out there, but Nmap it also does service enumeration.
Okay, so that I take it that is going to be our next. We've got one
Yep.
resource.
You might want to go ahead and port scan that other computer over there too.
Yeah, we're out of resources for this go. I haven't
Oh,
got enough.
okay. Yep.
Need to get some more hackers in the team, I think.
Yeah, there's different ways later on we can recruit hackers, we can upgrade our gear to get more resources. A lot of different ways we can increase our resources.
Just a quickie. I see lots of people in the chat, which is amazing. Thanks ever so much for tuning in and watching. I can't do two things at once, so I'm not going to be able to answer questions while you drop them in there. But if you have got questions and mark them with a Q, I'll make sure at the end we come back and we try and cover those off. I do see that we've got Robert also in the audience. Robert, perhaps if you've got a chance, you could answer a couple of those as well. Just don't want people to be, not being kept up to date. So, okay. Next turn then. So full recon completed.
Yep. Basically, you're giving a completely meaningless reward for doing all of your recon and
Well, it makes me feel
doing all
good.
of your yeah, it makes you feel good. It lets you know what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. So as you can see now, now that you've done service enumeration, you can see a little bit better. Oh, we've discovered it's a laptop. We have a host name there. You can click on it and it gives you a little more information. You see the MAC address, IP address, and all that. Not much you can do on it for now because you've taken it as far as you can go. You can port scan that guy right there.
I'm
That
going to say we've got one
computer
out
got.
of 5 resources, and I think we'll get a port scan for the one. So my move would be port scan. There's a question come in actually. You might be able to answer this. Is there a campaign version where you level up based on skill level? There you go, Clint. Can you answer that one?
I mean, oh, I see what you mean. We are working on single player campaign, yes, but I mean, in the pro version, we have our gamification. We have badges and levels for your red team and your blue team in the pro version, but we will be adding campaigns for even the Steam version as well, so that your single player, instead of just being, oh, I played a game, wonderful. Yes, there will be a full career
I think
campaign type thing.
it's worth mentioning as well, because we haven't, that it isn't just aimed at individual players, is it? It's also aimed at education providers, teachers. I mean, I've got six
Right.
children, for those that know me, and two of those are in higher education at the moment, and one's doing technology levels in the UK, and he absolutely loves this game. And the reason he loves it is because he keeps getting these moments of clarity, because he hears all these words and all these processes, but having it laid out in a graphic format and in a way that he's used to learning by, he's genuinely getting excited by the features and starting to understand. So I'm waffling on again, and I'll be quiet now. So I can I can end my turn, can't I? Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead. You got no resources? Okay. Yeah.
No.
So I'm actually we're already on turn 7, and our email phishing campaign has yielded nothing so far. So that means that the blue team is probably working early to beef up social engineering defense.
So they've been training their staff, have they?
I think so.
Oh dear. What do we need? What do we need to do? So we've got one resource. Is it worth? Well, let's look at this action tree. Should we do some? We haven't
So
got enough of that.
if you want to go ahead and attack the computer, so now that well, let's do this. So we have our services enumerated. Now we need to find vulnerabilities. So the easiest way to do that is to find public vulnerabilities. You can also do fuzzing, and if you had enough resources, which you
Yeah.
don't, you could do fuzzing and reverse engineering to find. It gives you a better chance at finding deeper rooted vulnerabilities to include 0-day vulnerabilities.
Perfect. Let's have a look. Oh. This isn't a meaningless reward.
No, that's significant.
Okay.
So the yellow shield there, click on the yellow shield. You found 4 vulnerabilities on that thing. It's an end user workstation. It looks like it's a laptop, so no wonder. Now, what that means is when you'll see these skill meters with the brains all over the place.
Yeah.
If you don't see any green, that means you have relatively very low skill at exploiting those vulnerabilities. So anywhere you see the brains, you can click on that to put research on that skill in your queue.
Okay.
But now that doesn't mean you have a 0 chance. So you could, like, for example, none of those really look really like easy, like weak passwords or
No,
default credentials. So I wouldn't think you would have an easy time. You would probably have to
we're
choose
better off
one and start
skilling, aren't we?
researching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which should we go for? The command injection?
I think that SQL injection has an easier success rate. Oh,
Oh.
and okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and cancel our email phishing campaign is not doing well. So let's
Okay.
go
How
ahead
do
and
we do
cancel that.
that?
You
Like
could
this?
click the button down at the bottom that says end campaign, or you can click end campaign there.
Where was the other one? Just so
There's
I know for next time.
down
This
at
one.
the see right there, it says, yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
And wait, click it. I don't think it went to the. Oh, you didn't get a chance.
Oh.
Or
Yeah.
did you end it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it did end. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So we're
All
back
right,
to 5 out of 5 resources.
all right. So it takes 5 resources to attack something. I mean, you can go ahead and attack just to see. So you can click on that
You
that
see,
host.
I don't think I should waste that. I think I should
Okay,
upskill first.
do
That's
some
just
research.
that's my opinion. I don't
Okay,
want to waste a 5 on an attack and then fail, because I've done that a couple of times before and then lost.
right. Well, you see, you've learned from the game already. So go ahead and yep, upskill, and then I would also go ahead and go to service enumerate that. While you're at it, what do we have? How many resources do we have? 2. You know what? Click on your action tree real quick. Let's do a one-off attack. We don't have enough. Never mind. I was going to have you do a spearfishing attack, but that takes 3. You know what? Let's go ahead and see if we can recruit. It may be too early to recruit, but either upgrade. We can't upgrade. Scroll down. We have 2 resources. Scroll down. Yeah, go to recruit hackers. Use the 2 resources to recruit hackers, because having more resources will help. Oh, you're on mute, I think. Are you? I'm not hearing you talk. Did your audio go out? Well, everybody, it looks like I'm the host of the show. His audio. Did your audio go out or did mine? You can hear me. I can't hear you. Can everybody else hear Simon? Because I cannot hear him. So can somebody chat in there and let me know? Can they hear? Is it just me or can no one hear Simon? Okay, no one can hear you, Simon.
Now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, my microphone's just stopped working, so I've just switched to the laptop one. I'll put this one in the bin. Right, okay.
Yeah,
so
now it just sounds like you're at a data center, so you're fine.
Oh, lovely.
You match your picture.
Perfect. Okay, end turn.
Oh, where were we? We'll go look at your action queue. What do you have in your action queue?
Which is this one.
I'm sorry, action log. Okay, all right. So we got a little while. You do have 1 resource. Not sure what you can do with 1 resource. Go to your, since we have a little less than 2 minutes. Go to your action tree.
Which is this one.
And scroll down. What can we do?
We can evade detection.
Yeah, so what that does, that prepares your next attack to be stealthier. So yeah, just go ahead and set that up. That's 1 turn for 1 1 resource.
And then we'll end that turn.
All right. Yep.
Oh, I just seen Tony's comment. Thanks, Tony. That's typical from you. That I know it was better when I was on mute. I'll try and be quiet for you. Where are we? Research, secret injection. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so we're back to 3 out of 5. We've got a little red icon here as well. It's okay. So we haven't got enough to attack though, have we?
Yep. You know what? You got 1 more turn. Yeah, don't spend those resources so that we can attack. If you go to the icon legend to the right.
Legend is
like you're an iconic legend.
Oh, yeah, see it. Yeah.
That tells you what all the different icons mean.
Okay. This one research vulnerability. So do we keep these 3 and this turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I need it.
Okay, we've got more hackers.
There we go. Now we got 2 more resources. Wow, it was early in the game too, and it still awarded them to us. Excellent. Go attack that sucker.
Yay!
And you can look. And you could look for public vulnerabilities on that firewall. You found a firewall, so you can look for public vulnerabilities on a firewall and still have enough resources to attack.
Okay, so this would be attack, and we're going to use this one, aren't we? So just talk us through this, because we've got.
Yep. So the attack dialog lets you select your target, which we could select it by clicking on it, like we did. And then you choose the vulnerability. So any vulnerabilities you discovered for that host is available there. And it also displays the level of skill you have for it. And then down below is your objective. You can do a denial of service or you could do a manipulation attack, which is attempt to take control. There are certain strategies you want to use for denial of service. And I'll talk you through that when we're playing against Jerry, because I use denial of service. People are like, well, why would you want to denial something? You don't have access to it. I have a use for denial of service attacks. that I will show you when we play Jerry.
Well,
For now,
I
use
think it's
manipulation.
actually I think it's actually how I won a game before against the oil refinery. I think it was. I think it was through I disrupted their
The
system
production,
completely.
yeah.
So one,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so manipulation. Then I suppose this is
Yep.
relevant as well, depending upon which vulnerability you're going to go for, isn't it? How you're going to do
Yep.
that? It's going
So
to be a denial or
yeah, yeah. Some vulnerabilities only allow one or the other.
okay. So we've got two left. Do we want to hold on to those? What would your advice be, Clint? I feel like we've got some resources now, and I don't want to spread ourselves too thin.
Yeah, I think you using your resources right now is probably good. You're already you're going for the attack. You're looking for vulnerabilities. I would say spend those 2 resources on another research real quick.
Okay.
So go to your skills button all the way to the right, and I would say just go ahead and either research weak password
Yeah,
or default credentials, because that's a one shot.
let's do that. Yeah. Good plan. And okay, so we've done the research on weak passwords, and we've failed. So our attack failed. It looks like.
So, all right,
Could that be lack of skill? Not enough skill?
it could be, yeah, it could be either a not enough skill. It could be that that they've already fixed the vulnerability and we don't know, because we won't know if they fixed the vulnerability or not once we have discovered the vulnerability. It could also be remote users are tricky. That's a laptop, which represents as probably a remote user. Laptops, they log in and they log out. So if you're trying to perform an attack and then they may have logged in out and then back in, we haven't seen that thing disappear yet.
No.
You
But that
you
happens,
will
doesn't
see it
it?
disappear. They'll disappear because they'll log out for 2 or 3 turns. So, but it's possible they logged out and logged back in real quick, and it disrupted our attack. Let's work on that firewall. Wait, did we not find any vulnerabilities for that thing?
No, so maybe we need to do some fuzzing.
Wait, did you look for public vulnerabilities though?
Oh, maybe not. No.
Look in your action log there. No, you
Which
did not.
which one's
Yeah,
that?
so click on your action tree. Click on your action tree
Yeah,
and scroll to the right. Yeah, let's look for public vulnerabilities there.
there we go. So we've got 6 resources left. Would you hold on to them or?
I would say start doing some more research real quick.
Okay. That
Yeah,
is,
you got a lot of resources. Or upgrade. You know what? We got 6 resources.
yeah.
Go back to your action tree. Upgrade your rig.
Action tray is here.
All the way down.
It'll be green, won't it? There we go.
Upgrade your rig.
Boom.
Because that's going to give you more resources, and we'll have a lot to work with from there. Now, you know, I've heard it once said, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth. And, or everybody has a plan until it doesn't work. So, my plan was to hit hard with social engineering very quickly, and it didn't work. And so we're working on the perimeter a little bit, but me personally, if social engineering doesn't work, then I immediately pivot to physical on site, and then kind of use the attacking the firewalls the long way in. If we're trying to get to the control systems,
Yeah.
attacking a perimeter firewall is the long way in. Now,
So how do we switch to the physical on here then, Clint?
okay, let's just go ahead and ride this turn out and wait for our rig to be upgraded. But while you have 2 resources, go to your action tree and let's go ahead and scroll up. You know what? Do a host scan. That's what I was meaning. Do a host scan. Let's see if they've added anything new to the perimeter.
Oh, do you mean this one?
No, from the internet. So you've got that hide log.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the way.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go. We're gonna host scan from the internet. Click on it. You didn't click on it. There you go.
Is that in there? Let me check. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So see there, that thing's gone now. See, it logged out. Okay. No new stuff. So how many? We got
2.
2 resources still. Yep. So go to your action log. It's flashing red, which means something failed.
Host
Yeah,
scan.
host scan failed, which just basically means we didn't find anything new. All right. Let's wait for our rig to finish upgrading before we move locations.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and attack that firewall, or at least see what we can attack it with.
So maybe do
Default
some
credentials.
Yeah. So shall we attack it, or shall we do some upskilling on that?
For default credentials, you rarely have to do upscaling.
Okay.
There's only one level of upgrade for default credentials, and that means you just didn't have the right set of default credentials.
Okay.
Basically.
Oh.
Oh, what? Oh, that we only have. Sorry, we only have 2.
That's okay.
I didn't
We can do
notice.
it next time. So let's go back to that again and look to see. So shall I do some research on this, on the overflows?
I would say do your default credentials. That's just a one-time thing, and then that ensures the highest level.
Okay. Yeah. So that's done. We're finished, aren't we? No resources there. Okay, we've done our research. And we're also an elite password cracker, allegedly.
Yeah, click on that. See what it's. Oh, never. Well, you could click on the exclamation point up in the top right if you want to go back and view your notifications, and click on the elite password cracker. Yeah, see, it gives you the information there.
Ah, I see. Right.
And basically, if there's an exclamation point there, that means you haven't read it yet.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so if you just want to try to crack the firewall there, you can, just click on that.
Oh.
Why not?
Not enough resources.
Oh, because we're still upgrading.
Yeah, we're still upgrading the rig. Shall we ride this turn out?
Yeah, just write it out.
Okay, rig's upgraded. Excellent. So now we've got 8.
Right, now, yeah, and it also gave you a little bit of a boost in exploitation abilities. Now, do you want to move off site, or do you want to attack that firewall?
I feel like we should finish what we've started with the firewall and then move off site. What do you think?
Okay.
I know it's probably the wrong answer, but let's do it.
I mean, very rarely is there a 100% wrong answer when it comes to red teaming.
Oh, it worked.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
So we got that. And yep. So basically you now know about another network device by way of having access to that firewall. My guess is that would be a router that you found. So now we want to pivot. Okay, so from the firewall, you want to do another host scan. So now we're going to scan. We're scanning on the inside network that the firewall has control of.
Okay, got you. I understand. And do we want
We
to
could also
enumerate this one as well?
Yes. And
we'll hold off on that. What do you think we should do with the rest of the resources, Clint?
What do we have there?
We've got 6 left.
Oh, try to if we have 6 left, try to attack that the remote user again.
This one.
Yep.
Oh,
you didn't click on it.
No. This one? Or missing antivirus?
Yeah, I would say try the SQL injection again.
A manipulative?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep the one resource we've got. Oh.
What happened? Go to action log. Go to the action log. Okay, your attack failed. Okay. All right. So
But we
you can
found
move if you can move things around. So yeah, that was a router there. Yeah, start port scanning all of those devices. And I would use your remaining 4 on research, upgrading your skills.
Oh, hold on. We want to do it this way, don't we? Or
You
do
do
we
what?
look to see which one's potential? Oh no.
Yep, that's a good idea. So
So
just click on the.
this
So you
one?
haven't found any. No. Just click
No.
on the shield. Click on the red shield.
Yeah.
So those are the ones you would want to research there. And then also on the firewall, if you click on anytime you click on the icon, if you found vulnerabilities, then they'll show up in the vulnerability screen.
Okay. So let's do integers. Where are we? And what was the other one? Where are we?
Might as well start to top out. Either you could get some skill in some of the others, or you could
Pop
expand
this
upon
out.
SQL injection.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. So we've got 4 of 8. Enumerate these.
Yep.
Okay, research completed. Exploit skills have increased. Okay, so we've got 8 of 8. What do we want to do now? So we were talking about the physical security.
Oh,
Do
you got
we?
the sim server. So I would suggest looking for public vulnerabilities. You have that firewall, another firewall, which means that firewall is taking you deeper into the goal is you want to keep pivoting through all the different zones. So they've obviously segmented their network.
Yeah.
Since you did a host scan and you only got a limited number of hosts, it's segmented. That firewall is going to take you to the next zone.
Okay, so in that case,
You have to
then,
find vulnerabilities though before you can attack it.
and we do that here.
Yep.
How about some fuzzing? Well, not relevant.
Yeah, no, that you can find 0 days that way. How many?
We've got
Yeah.
7. We've got 7 left. I can't remember how I did that
Yep.
now. How did I do that?
Click on your action tree.
That's it. Thank you.
So, or you can do reverse engineering. Doesn't matter. I mean,
Well, we've got
um,
5 left, so we could do that as well, couldn't we?
well, you really should be able to find just about everything.
You'd hope, wouldn't you?
You're using every
Am I,
means
am
of
I,
looking for vulnerabilities.
am I making spreading myself too thin though?
No, I mean, it just depends on what your goal is. If we want to maximize our chances of finding every vulnerability plus 0 days on that firewall, because if we find 0 day vulnerabilities on that firewall, I can tell you right now, the chances that the blue team has found 0 days to fix on that firewall is slim, because they have to go through an entire process of doing a pen test and everything, which I doubt they've done at this point. So you have already found. Go ahead and attack that firewall. So we have found some vulnerabilities. Oh, we can't. We don't have enough resources. We only have 1. So you have 1 resource available. Not much you can do with 1 resource.
No. Shall we keep it then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Buzzing has worked.
All right, so now go click on that firewall, the icon.
This one? The
Yeah,
shield?
yeah. Oh, no 0 days.
Oh.
Bum luck. That's right. We still have the we do, but it's got a weak password.
Should we try that?
Um,
Should we
we don't have
upskill
any
on it or not?
resources. Yeah, go ahead and upskill on that one, and then the very next turn, we should be able to attack that firewall.
Okay.
So someone's asking the overall concept. They said the overall concept makes sense. I'm still having a lot of trouble knowing what actions make sense in a particular stage. So Matt, that just comes with kind of experience. While there is in when it comes to the red team, while there is a linear progression of the attack chain to get to a certain point of discovering a host, exploring the host, and then working on being able to attack that host, that's a linear progression. However, um, there is a very fluid and subjective set of actions and strategies when it comes to the overall red team, totally based on what the blue team is doing, what you're finding. It starts off linear and then it branches out like a tree. And what to do next and knowing what to do next is a lot of based on a lot of experience and just practicing
I
in real
think
life as well
I
as in
think
game.
the whole
Branches out like
game.
a tree. And what? Oh, I heard myself. It was eerie. Go ahead and click start turn, and then go ahead and get past your notifications so we don't run out of time.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to find some on the link for the YouTube. Trying to do two things at once. Look, here we go. So reverse engineering successful. 1 minute 58 left. 8 out of 8. So
All right,
do we
attack that firewall using
password?
weak
Yeah.
password. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yep.
Shall we save the other 3?
Yeah. Just get it done.
See, Tom.
Oh, we
Tom.
also have the DMZ.
I just see we've got Tom McKenzie watching. Hey, Tom. I hope you're well. I haven't spoken to you for ages. Good question as well. Is there a way to map this back to real world examples? As an example of, hold on, I can't. Let me bring it up. There we go. And it's an example at the end. Do you give a write up that says what types of tools and actions would need to made to actually do this? I think I should let you
So
answer.
at the end game, there is a summary of all the different things that you've done to track your stats and metrics. There is not a write up that because as you can see, we're not using tools like Nmap. We're not using technical tools and things like that. So that's not discussed in the end game. I do think that's a fantastic suggestion to, at the very least, even when you go to the wiki, the concepts like network scanning and port scanning, we don't really talk about the different tools that one would use. And the reason why we chose not to do that was because they change so frequently over time. But there are some ubiquitous ones that have withstood the test of time that we could put in there. Um, one of the things we are working on, not for the Steam version, but for the Pro version, is a more comprehensive report that gives you more of a summary of your execution and your performance and advice and things like that. That's still a few months away, but I like the idea of like adding in how to map it to real world tools and things like that. Now, as far as mapping to real world, everything about this game is mapped to real world. I mean, the percentages and the correlations and everything here is mapped to our 20 plus years of real world experience.
I think if I could just jump in on that as well. I've been playing it for the last week, and Tom, you'll know how little I know about being a penetration tester or a red teamer because we've spoke about it quite a lot. But this has genuinely helped me understand where those tools fit into this process. So whilst it doesn't have it in the dialogue boxes as such, the terminology is enough, I think, for a lot of people who've been on Hack the Box and Try Hack Me and playing with labs to understand what part of the process and what tools perhaps are being used at that point. Sorry, I'm rabbiting on and I need to do my turn.
But no, I do. Did our attack fail?
Yeah.
No, attack it again. I failed, or maybe they've already corrected that. I would say attack it again with a different vulnerability if we can.
Okay.
We've got
So
to get through that firewall. Try integer overflow.
Okay.
No, access control is an easy. Do access control.
Access control.
And yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to include information in the wiki about what types of tools are used at each phase.
For
What do you have there?
it's a good point actually, because for me, I knew what they were because I've been playing with them. But for my 16-year-old who plays the game, I have ended up explaining that to him. You know, saying, "Can you remember when I was doing all the Nmap scans and we were talking about that?" So it is quite a valid point actually. We've got 3
So
resources left.
there's a comment. So somebody says one thing that's a bit weird is that you're doing SQL injection to a computer that does not have a database server or web server as endpoints. You don't know that for sure. The fact, I mean, even workstations can have software on them that have databases or SQL. So, for example, it could be a developer computer that's running Win. I want to say Winamp, not Winamp, but anyway, it's basically a Windows server, web server, things like that. So, the reason I chose.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Somebody asked, yeah. So, what made me choose access control over integer overflow? In general, the access control exploitation is easier than integer overflow. Integer overflow is a bit more of a complicated exploit, where access control is usually dealing with something with configuration and permissions, and they're easier level exploits. So the percentage of success is better with access control than integer overflow. All right, so we already selected.
Let me just bring you back to Tom's comment there, because Tom worked for NCC Group for a long time and ran a sales team of testers. And you say about the mindset, getting you into the mindset. That's exactly what this does. And I think that's the bit that excited me the most about it, because it gets you thinking about how all these pieces link together. Okay, so we've got 19 seconds because I keep talking. We've got 3 resources left. Do we end our turn and keep them? Because we've got a attack in the queue anyway, haven't we? Just to recap.
Yeah, I think just go. You do have an attack in there, I think.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Roll dice. Come on. Ah, it failed.
Ah.
No luck.
Okay. So we've got.
You know what? Let's go on site.
Let's go on site. Okay, how do we do that?
All right. First thing we're going to do, go to the attack tree. Let's build us a malicious USB first.
And that is down, isn't it? There we go.
All right. That's going to take 2 turns. So while we're creating the malicious USB, let's attack that firewall again. I'm not convinced that we can't get it. Let's go with the integer overflow.
Oh, okay. Denial?
Manipulation.
Manipulation.
We got to get through the firewall. We don't want to. If we were going to do anything, if we're going to deny something, we'd deny like the SIM server to knock out their visibility. But let's not worry about that right now. You got 1 resource. Let's go ahead and.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. Oh, okay, just go ahead. Let's see. Let's do some more. Let's get prepared for on-site stuff. Let's research. Go to your skill tree.
Yeah.
Let's research human SE. That's human social engineering. Let's get prepared to go on site. Research that.
Physical security.
Research physical security.
We've got 2 left.
Electronic. No.
Shall we up one of the ones? Shall we up integer?
Yeah.
Why not? Okay.
All right.
Oh, come on. We've got our USB.
Okay. Look at the top there, and you actually have a USB up in there. It's good for 10 turns, I think, and 5 uses. So, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and go to your action tree. So Matt says, based on your description of the action.
Well,
for difficulty, I think that's an excellent idea. Showing now, we've already kind of explored the idea of showing kind of a percentage of success of what you might have on one versus the other. Now, we did that already by giving you your skill level. So, like when you look at a vulnerability and you see, okay, you have a better skill or a higher skill level green meter in this than you do the other one, which gives you a relative understanding that, okay, that's probably going to have a better chance of success. However, to your point, you don't know what the base chance of success is. So even though you may have like half the green meter in a difficult exploit, but only a small percentage in an easy exploit, you still might have an easier chance with an easy exploit. I agree with your point, and I love the idea, and I'm going to make a note of that, because I think putting in, for the beginners especially, understanding your overall percentage of success versus another vulnerability, I think would be nice.
I agree, although I will also say that I think independent research is one of the most important things of any
Yeah.
job in the cybersecurity industry. And the way I've seen this in my head is, especially if you're using it to train your teams within an organization, is that the feedback part, so the kind of dissemination of what you did throughout and what worked and what didn't and what bits did what, that is the real value for me.
Yeah.
Analyzing what's been done and then getting those takeaways to go and do that research. But
Yep. Go to your change location,
yeah,
and there's only one way to start off with. There's only one thing you can do is head to the perimeter.
okay.
So go ahead and do that. What?
Oh, it's because I keep buying stuff.
What? How much does it take? Go.
We
Okay, you
do
got to
that.
wait for this stuff to finish. Yeah.
Yeah, let's end the
All
turn.
right, just wait till your next turn. Yeah, end your turn.
Yeah. Have you still got that game, Matt? I've just seen your comment that you spent years developing a game back in the 90s. I think I need to see that. And was it based on Jet Set Willy? If it was, I need to play it. Right.
We do have difficulty levels on the horizon, mainly based with different AI profiles, and that how difficult the AI plays against you. However, a difficulty mode for human multiplayer would be good too. That just basically gives you more information like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
All
point.
right, close out your notifications.
Okay, we've got 8 of 8.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the action tree. Okay. Go to change location. Perimeter. Oh, it costs 3. I was looking at the wrong. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and click OK there. Yeah. Go ahead and try to attack that, even though it
Shall
may
we?
not let you finish the attack because we'll be in transit, but we'll see.
Okay, we'll give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah. Use integer overflow since we upskilled that. Manipulation. Who knows? We could get lucky. Now, of course, if we do hit it and if we do pop it, then we won't be able to pivot because we'll be remote. I mean, we'll be on site and you can't. Well, it failed anyway. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, check this out. All right, so now look at your location view. So our background changed. Yeah, click there.
Oh, yeah, I'm at the fence. I'm at the gate.
Yeah, click that button.
The one I'm on? Oh,
Yep. See?
got you.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, hide that. Okay, so now let's start dropping some USBs. Malicious USBs. So go to your action tree.
It's because when I played the game before without you, Clint, I've been very heavy on these buttons down the bottom left here, which I think I've been going about it the long way round. So I'm glad that we've had the chance to do this.
Well, there's 3 different ways to play actions, right? It just depends on, this is the most visible way. And then people that are more categorical minded can use the ones at the bottom left. All right. So do scroll down.
What about the Wi-Fi?
You can do a Wi-Fi. Yeah. So do a Wi-Fi scan. Okay. That's in the queue. Now go back to your action tree.
You've got some Riffid badge cloning to
do. You can do that. Sure. Okay. Now go once more. How many? Okay.
We've got 5.
Let's do a USB drop. And now let's just spend all of our remaining resources dropping USBs.
So we can.
You can only do it once per turn. Okay.
Yeah. So should we cover our track, or is that not worth doing?
That is for
later.
That's for post exploitation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Scroll down. What else can we do while we're here?
We can sniff the traffic.
That should not be available because we're not. Oh, well, yeah. That's from the
Wi-Fi.
host we have access to. I would do this. Go ahead and change location again.
Okay. So come out of
Let's
this.
move deep. Yep.
And then
No. Go back to your action tree.
this one, yeah. And then
Change location.
Got you. Yeah. Remote.
All right. Instead of remote, click on the word. Instead of remote, click remote. Now click plant.
Oh.
Plant.
Physical?
And social engineering. Click there. Social engineering, because we've upskilled that a little bit.
Didn't even know this part was available. How exciting.
Yep. All right. There we go.
One left. Shall we keep that in the bag?
Yeah, just keep it. Let's just.
We've only got 30. We've done 30 turns already. It's going to be close, this one.
Yeah. Okay. What all happened?
Access point.
We are in the plant. We've cloned an RFID badge.
Oh, wow. And we've scanned the Wi-Fi and found an access point. Look at that.
There you go. We have all sorts of neat stuff we can do now.
Oh, look. We've got
yep, that's a RFID. That's the, you can see there, it's the cloned RFID, which means now we have a much easier way to get in using electronic.
So where are
so
we
the
now?
wait the fact that we can clone the RFID badges means we know that they have electronic security.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do this real quick. We're in the plant. Go to your yes, click on the action tree. Let's search for HMIs.
They'd be down.
Let's scroll down.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one?
Scroll down.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Search for HMIs. There you go. All right.
Back to that again.
Just drop some more USBs.
What about cracking the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you can crack the Wi-Fi and drop USBs.
Okay, let's do that first.
Yep, crack the Wi-Fi. There you go.
Shall we keep the rest, or?
Let's do some upskilling on the physical stuff. So while we're here, keep upskilling that social engineering.
What was that?
Human SE.
Oh yeah, see it, yeah.
And physical security. All right, I think that takes us down to
zero. Yeah. Oh no! I would say story of my life, but we're live. Oh, so that's not game over.
It's not game over. No, it's not game over. It's just that our physical. But you know what? We did manage to plant USBs, so maybe hopefully some will work.
Oh, they've nicked our badge as well. Look at that.
Yeah, they've taken away your badge.
Oh.
Well, we can still do. All right, click on your action log.
Okay, there we go. Okay, the Wi-Fi cracking failed. So we've got one resource left. Should we keep that? How do I get out of jail?
Yeah, go ahead and keep it. You got to wait a few turns.
Ooh. Okay, we've got 5 resources. So our research has succeeded. What would you recommend, sir? Does Clint have bail money? I hope so.
All right, yeah. You know what? Attack that firewall again. Here, you know what? Yeah, see if we continue to attack that firewall. I mean, if they fixed everything, we're gonna have to look for 0 days. But try the integer overflow again.
Come on. Yeah, thanks, Michael. I won't say anything.
Yeah, got it.
Yay!
Got it. All right, host scan. All right,
Okay.
we got it. All right, close out your notifications. All right, host scan, pivot from that sucker. Try to find the other firewall.
So back to this, or
You can just click on the asset itself.
where are we?
Close out.
So
You could just click on that firewall and host scan.
what about
And I would
covering?
also cover tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And host scan. Yep. Cover tracks on the other one too, if you
I
can.
don't think we've got enough. No, it's
No,
three.
we don't have enough. Okay. Yeah.
We'll
All
do a
right.
host. Shall we host scan that or not?
I don't think you're going to find anything new
No.
on that server zone.
People have got quite obsessed with the jail comment, I think. And if I've learned anything from watching Burn Notice, you need a delivery service uniform, or you could send me in a key file in it if you want to be traditional. But,
Burn Notice was one of my all-time favorite TV series.
okay.
I'm Michael Weston. I used to be a spy until you've been blacklisted. Where am I? Miami. Anyway, I know the whole intro.
oh. Oh dear. Right, we've got 8 of 8. So what should we do? Do we need to change where we are, locations? Do we need to? I'm out.
All right,
I'm out.
all right. We're out of jail. No,
Yeah.
we're back in the game on the inside on the network right now. All right, so start port scanning all of those devices that just have IP addresses.
Okay. So we've got 2 left. So should we do an integer to get it maxed up, or are we better off doing something else?
Yeah, or maybe.
Whoops, too late.
And also SQ. Well, all right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, that's it, right? Yeah.
I wonder if I'd text my wife, she'd bring me a coffee up. What do you think?
I want. I'd like one. Can you ever bring me one too?
I'll see if she can do that, please.
I take that back. I don't like coffee. Tea. I'll just
Coffee. Any Earl Grey or traditional English?
During the afternoon, I kind of like. Towards the evening, I like my Earl Grey.
It's an evening drink for me too. I'm a bit of a fruit tea lover, I'll be honest. Anyway, we're digressing. Right, let's see if I get a coffee.
All right. So start service enumerating. Wait, did you find? Okay. Anyone that says network device.
Yeah.
Do service enumerations on network devices.
Okay.
Yep. Now, I will tell you this. Now start Windows. If we find the terminal server, if we can crack the terminal server, that might give us access to the engineering workstation.
Okay. So
just service enumerate. Use everything you have. Service enumerating the rest of those. You've already done that one. I
think they're all done, are they?
No, on the right. There's some on the right you haven't done.
Oh yes. Quite a few.
Okay.
That's it.
You're out of resources.
Oh, we've only got a few goes left.
There's a firewall. And terminal server. Okay.
This one?
Look for vulnerabilities. Look for vulnerabilities now.
Okay.
Nope.
How do I do that? This one. And then
all the way to the right. Just look for look for vulnerabilities. And might as well do reverse engineering as well. So find public vulnerabilities to find them immediately, and then do reverse engineering to try to find 0 days.
Any fuzzing?
No, reverse engineering will have you covered. What do we have? How many resources? 2 left. Do some research.
Should we max the integer out and see if that gets us through?
Max your human social engineering, because we can still do spear phishing as an ace in the hole.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next, instead of human social engineering, next we're going to do technical social engineering. Yeah, pull that out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then do technical social engineering.
Wrong one.
Skills. Yeah, now we're going to max electronic social engineering. If we max out our electronic social engineering as far as we can, that's going to counteract some of the countermeasures they have in place.
Okay. Enter. Come on.
Oh, look at that. Okay, how many resources do we have?
One. Yeah.
Okay, just go to the next turn, and then we'll attack that firewall next.
Okay.
All right. There you
Here
go.
comes my amazing wife. Thank you, amazing wife.
Mine is out of town.
Thank you. Can you
Another
make
reason.
well? Oh, and a vape. Thank you, my dear. Look at that. Lovely. Love you. There we go. Right. All right. Start turn.
All right. So go ahead. How many resources do we have? I can't see.
We got 3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Go to your skills. Actually, save it. We're gonna need it for an attack. Just save all those resources and end your turn.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're ready to roll.
Okay, we're maxed out.
Reverse engineering. Okay, go attack that firewall. That
This
DMZ
one?
firewall. No, the DMZ one. The one that we haven't attacked yet.
This one.
The only firewall that's not red.
Yeah, my
No, not that one.
Oh,
the
sorry.
only firewall that's not red.
This one. Yeah, one of my contacts.
Oh wait, how many resources do we have?
We've got 8.
Oh,
what do you want to do?
actually, see if you can. Oh, 6 1 half dozen the other. Attack that terminal server first. That computer right there, to the right.
This
right,
one.
No, down. That one.
This one.
Oh,
that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Attack it.
See, we got 2 0. Oh, loads of 0.
Okay, fine.
Should we upskill on those and then attack it next time?
No, let's just see what happens for now, because I doubt those are patched. Try the cross-site scripting and make sure it's manipulate. Yeah, select that one.
This
for
one.
Manipulation.
Yeah.
All right, click OK. And then we have how much left?
3.
Look at the. I don't think he's hardened his RDP. Okay, we're close here. Look at the vulnerabilities on that terminal server.
Which one was that?
The one you were just on. The ones you were just on. Yeah, see, it's terminal server. All right. So let's start upskilling cross-site scripting. Yeah. All right. End your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay. Continue to upskill. We're going to get that terminal server because I think that terminal server is connected to the engineering workstation. All right. So upskill the other 0 days. Whatever. Just anything you can. All right. There you go. You're done. All right. End your turn.
I hope Jerry's watching this and sweating. There we go.
Cool. We got that. All right. So now, all right. So attack that thing again.
We can't. We've only got 2.
Oh, okay. Just end your turn. Let's just save those. Sometimes you feel like you just want to end it all.
Haven't been there for a long time.
All right. Cool. Now, let's attack it.
Okay, so we're attacking this one.
Feeling violent. All right. Yeah,
let's
go for that cross-site scripting again.
Okay.
Cross-site scripting.
Manipulation. There we go.
Manipulation. And then go ahead and queue that up. Oh. And then use your remaining resources to upskill another one.
This one? Or this one?
Just a different one, yeah. Click it, yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, end your turn. Oh, we got 7 turns. I don't know if we're going to pull this off.
I did it on turn 48 this week, which I was pleased with. I had no idea how I did it though. Right.
All right,
Yeah,
attack failed.
we've got 6. So
All right, attack it again. I think we can get it. All right, yeah, just try that one.
I've got a good feeling about this. And shall we upskill? No, we haven't got enough. Okay.
You only have one. You're not going to upskill anything with one resource point.
Oh.
Attack failed. All right, we need to upskill. All right,
Okay.
just start. Yeah, just start getting all that up there. There you go.
We'll keep those 2.
Yeah. Here, just go ahead and end your turn again. Come on. I don't think we're going to do it. I think we could do it. We could have done it if we did it in 75 turns. If we pop it in this next turn, all right, attack it.
All right. Okay.
If we don't do it, because if we attack it and get access to the engineering workstation, we could
Which
win.
one? Which one?
Cross-site scripting.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
If we pop it here,
should we do it?
Yep. If we pop it here,
we keep them. Yeah.
If it's connected to the engineering workstation, we have 1 turn to damage the ICS.
Come on. Yes.
We got it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If my theory is okay.
Okay. So
click close. Click close because
yeah. Okay.
And dang it. It did not give us access to the engineering workstation. Which means he hardened his RDP. That was our last gasp. Because normally the terminal
just do something malicious now, or
yeah, it did not work. There's no way we could win in 2 turns at this point. My earbuds just went out.
Is it not worth attacking anything else, is it? We haven't got enough goes left.
Yeah, at this point, there's nothing we can do. We lost. Just run through your turns and or you can go to the go to the gear button.
Too late.
Top. Go to the setting. Okay. Go to the settings button up at the top.
This one. Yeah.
Click give up.
Oh, I can't.
I mean, there's nothing we can do at this point. See, the AI.
I'll do it.
The AI, the AI hardened its RDP. If they wouldn't have hardened their RDP, their remote desktop protocol, and we got that terminal server, it would have given us access, full control to the engineering workstation, which would have given us full access to the PLCs, which we could have immediately used to damage the process in 1.
Do you know, it's a shame, but it's closer than I've got on most of the goes I've had before, and I've learned so much from playing through it with you this evening, Clint. It's been really, really good. I'm glad it's you playing against Jerry next week and not me.
I told Jerry it's you playing against him, so you should.
Oh yeah,
that way anyway. But that's okay. I have a very specific. You and I will have a private conversation, not live, not streaming, before we have the stream with Jerry, so I could tell you what my strategy is, and I'll tell you how I use certain things. But I have no doubt we're going to beat him.
No, me too. I'd certainly hope so. Clint, it's been absolutely amazing. I think we've pretty much answered. Let me just turn this screen share off. I think we've pretty much answered everyone's questions as we were going along. So I'm not going to throw it open for any questions now because we've been on now for an hour and a half. And I think the amount of people watching has really surprised me. So I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's jumped in, watched, and asked so many questions as well. And for anyone who does want to find out more about how it works, how to play it, obviously there is links there to register for it. There is another event next week, though, where, as we've just been talking about, we're doing a dual stream battle, InfoSec Live with Clint, battling against Jerry of Simply Cyber, which is going to be super, super exciting. And me personally, now I've got more used to the game, I'm going to be throwing up some live games within the InfoSec Live community during the week, next week as well. I'll put some notices up sort of in the morning to let you know when I'm going to do it. For those that don't know, within the InfoSec Live community, we've got the facility to go live within there. So it won't be broadcast on YouTube. It will be a private event for those in the community. Again, if you want to join, please come along. It'd be great to see you. Clint, any wise words to give our audience before we sign off?
You know, if you're looking to get into the infosec community, as an industry, as a career, if you're not there yet, and you're looking in specifically red team, and just know that it can be a difficult road, but don't give up. Practice, 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 practice. There were a couple of questions earlier about I don't know what actions to play, I don't know what to do in certain circumstances, and I mean that's probably not only in game but in real life. It just takes experience, and you don't need a job to get experience. There's there are more. Obviously, red versus blue is not technical; it's procedural. It's to help people understand the big picture and get your head around everything. But there are things like try hack me, hack the box, and those sorts of more technical things to get that practice. There's another
I
one
think
that people.
it's worth mentioning, Clint. This isn't a competitor to try hack me or hack the box. This is something
No,
completely.
no, it's
It's
complementary.
a complementary
Yeah,
addition.
absolutely. Yeah, because this helps you get the big picture, and it's this. I mean, this is more really for beginners before you want to get into the technical side, or if you are experienced, this helps you practice your strategy against it. The number one thing, the biggest thing that sets this apart, and not competitively, but I mean complementary. What sets this apart, why you'd want to use red versus blue, is because you're actually going against an active adversary, whether it's a human or AI. You get to practice your strategy and practice all of this against a real opponent, as opposed to just finding flags kind of thing, right?
I, I, com-
Um,
I completely agree, and I think Tom said it earlier in the comment about
yeah,
mindset, and it's about understanding the mindset, and I think this is a very powerful thing for SOC teams, blue teams to play as the red team to start understanding that mindset and look to see what it is they're doing. I think that would be an amazing opportunity.
I mean the real thing, it's just like, so I would equate this is cybersecurity chess, right? I mean, it really is. And the only way to understand is by playing, by playing, by playing. And that's either through the game or through real life and practice. So, um, you know, cybersecurity is not only hands-on, and I'm coining a phrase here. Cybersecurity is not only hands-on, it's minds-on. You have to be exercising your skills as well as your knowledge and your strategy, and just keep at it. Practice, practice, practice. Keep at it. If this is something you want to get into, you have the power within yourself to make it happen. You just have to have a passion for it. That's really it.
I think the last statement is the one that rings the truest for me. I've seen a lot of people saying they want to get into the industry. I don't know whether it's because of the money or the fact it's fashionable at the moment. But I want to make one thing clear: there's lots of easier ways to make money than cybersecurity. It is an industry that you need that passion for to succeed. But if you've got that passion, but you haven't got the degrees and other stuff, it doesn't matter. The passion will get you there. You've just got to keep the
Yeah,
right mindset and to associate with the right people and learn from the right people. So,
yeah, and that's it.
no,
If
go
you
on.
are getting into it, because it's fashionable or because the money's there, but you don't have a passion for it, you will not succeed. If you do
No.
have a passion for it, you will succeed no matter what. A lot of questions have come in that says, okay, what do I do next? How do I get into this or whatever? Practice, practice, practice. Build labs, build labs, build labs. Let your
Yeah,
passion guide you.
absolutely. Clint, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everyone, please do like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And if you'd enjoyed watching us or watching me attempt to play in Clint, help me play today. Do join us next Friday for the dual stream special where we're going against Jerry of Simply Cyber. I'm going to play you out with our quick. Please like and subscribe. And thank you all so much for coming. Thanks, everyone. Take care.